Oklahoma newsroom. This is an OSU update. I'm Jenni Carlson here with OSU beat writer Scott Wright. Scott, defense struggled on Saturday against Texas Tech. I think everybody knows that after 41-17 loss. But a guy that didn't seem as effective was Calvin Bundage, and it sounds like that was in large part due to an injury. Mike Gundy saying on Monday at his press conference, in hindsight, probably should have removed Bundage from the game because of that. What's the injury? What's the situation with Bundage moving forward?
It's a little unclear. It's definitely something on the lower leg. He had his ankle taped. He came out after halftime after having some treatment. Had some more tape higher up his calf. So definitely something going on with the lower leg. Mike Gundy not specific about what exactly is going on. Of course, they like to protect those guys in that way, so that's not typical or not atypical. So, but it's definitely something that was slowing him down. I think that maybe guys at the field level like Jim Knowles and Mike Gundy couldn't see it quite as well as probably the people upstairs. Even some of the fans, Twitter was going crazy long before Oklahoma State coaches pulled Mike Gundy out of the game. So fans were seeing that they felt like Calvin Bundage was a step slow, not being able to keep up in coverage, not being able to pursue the passer the way that he normally does. All those things that his explosive nature allows him to do. So definitely an injury that was hard to manage for Oklahoma State. And like Gundy said, looking back, should have taken him out as soon as it happened. Gone ahead and got Devin Harper in there and gone forward.
Yeah, and Bundage such a speed guy. That's obviously his biggest asset as a pass rusher out there. And when you're step slow, it's really kind of hampering. More largely, Scott, though, Bundage wasn't the only problem with the pass rush. After this team had been so good getting to the quarterback, getting sacks, getting hurries, really affecting things in the first few games of the season, including that Boise State game, almost completely ineffective against Tech. Was that Tech style? Was that OSU? What exactly happened there?
Seemed like there was probably a little bit of both. Oklahoma State knew going in that Texas Tech gets the ball out really quick. Jim Knowles said after the game that looking at tape of the previous three games, Texas Tech's quarterback Alan Bowman got the ball out in under 2 seconds on over 80% of his throws up to that point. He had only been sacked once. They knew that they were going to have a tough time getting to the quarterback and getting sacks, even though they came into the game leading the nation with 16 sacks. But the fact that they couldn't even get close enough to really even rattle him, and it's a true freshman. You think that if you can cause him some trouble, keep him off balance a little bit, that maybe you can get him out of his rhythm. They weren't really able to do that. Their 2 sacks came both in the second half by Mike Scott, a junior college transfer defensive end who is a speed guy and 6'5", 240, and that's really what he's built for. But not a guy that's really high on the depth chart that you expect to come in and make that sort of impact. So could be a good thing going forward for him. But Oklahoma State needed to be able to get to Alan Bowman a little bit earlier in the game to try to keep him off balance. They certainly weren't able to do that, and I think that it showed in the passing numbers.
Well, we'll see if they can get the pass rush back on track and see if Calvin Bundage is available on Saturday. 11 o'clock kick at Kansas. Kansas not nearly the quick pass that Texas Tech is, so we'll see how that all plays out. FSN for the broadcast on Saturday morning. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.